We have reached the end of the introduction to mold making. I know you are so excited to get onto something else. Me too. We're going to be using this amazing mold rubber. Here it is, up close and personal. Something you should be able to get locally. If not, it is online. So the first thing you're going to need is a mold box. And if you want to make it out of cardboard and hot glue, you can totally do that. Just rip it apart when you're done with the mold and toss it away. First thing we're going to do is secure the model. And to do that, we're just going to tape it down to the bottom. As a side note, this stuff is really messy. Don't forget to protect your work surface and make sure you read all of the cautions on the side of the box. Even though it doesn't say to use gloves, I'm going to do that in this video because better safe than sorry. Mold box is done, ready to mold. Here's what we need. Obviously the mold box that we just finished making. You're going to need something to mix the stuff in. You know, plastic cup, anything like that's fine. You're gonna need a stick to stir it with because the kit doesn't come with one. You're gonna need the base, you're gonna need the catalyst, you're gonna need the measuring cup that comes with it, and you're gonna need the scoop because you won't be able to get the right amount and ratios if you don't have that stuff. We're going to mix 2 ounces of the base and put them in the cup. And then we're going to measure a scoop of the catalyst and pour that in there as well. You want to take your stick and mix it pretty thoroughly. Don't feel like you have to whip it like egg whites or anything because you really don't want to add extra bubbles in. But make sure you scrape the corners and the sides, and when it's got a pretty consistent look to it, you're ready to go. Once your silicone is fully mixed, we're going to pour it into the mold box. You're going to make sure that you get a good pour right around the center and then move your cup up because the smaller stream is going to get rid of any bubbles you might have. And if you do see bubbles forming down below, try and hit it with the stream and it will help them pop. You're going to pour everything that you made in. And if it's not enough to cover your piece, all you have to do is mix up another batch and pour it on top. Silicone will stick to silicone. And you won't even have a line. It's just going to basically melt right into each other. It generally takes about 4 hours for this to set up. I'm going to recommend leaving it overnight, but if you can't wait, minimum 4 hours. You're going to pop off the bottom of the box. You're going to be left with the lid and the silicone that's there, and you're just slowly going to pull it back. The stuff that's around the edge is called the flash. You can trim it off later. It's not a big deal. So pull it away from the lid, and you're going to see that some of the silicone has seeped around the edges of the model, which I actually like. The reason I tend to leave my molds this way is because that way I know when to stop pouring. Sometimes I'll over pour if it's an open cavity. I went ahead and just pulled off the excess silicone so you could kind of see the inside texture and to see that there aren't any bubbles in it, that it took the model really well. And you should be able to use this mold quite a few times. These silicone molds are pretty sturdy. Next week, I'm going to be putting up a filler video, but it's something I've been thinking about lately and I want to get your input on. And if you watch YouTube at all, you'll know what I'm talking about. And really, it's silly, but I keep thinking about it. So chime in with your 2 cents next week. For now, that's it for this week. If you haven't yet, subscribe. It's free. Limited time only. Act now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.